Okay, so here's the thing. I turned in the 2 clips for the 1.1 assignment, and I turned them in. Let's see, when was it due? Okay, so I turned in the videos for the 1.1 pan, tilt, and track assignment on Wednesday, because they were due on Wednesday. Right? So I turned them in. Thinking I did what I needed to. But here's the thing. Okay, so I plugged the camera into my MacBook. And then from the MacBook, I got in onto, Catalyst Browse. And from Catalyst Browse, I viewed my media and stuff. And I dragged the file from Catalyst Browse to my desktop, which I would then drag from my desktop into the LMS, right? But here's the thing. It told me, like, in the instructions, it said what kind of file type it was. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, I couldn't figure that out. So I was like, oh, I'll just compress it into a zip file, because zip files are always a good thing with these guys, apparently. But apparently not, because I compressed them both into a zip file, right? But I got a message from my instructor during work today and was like, I see you turned in one thing, blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember. I'm probably going to have to look it up anyway. But I'm like, I looked at it because I turned it in on time, and a day early, of all things. A day early. And I turned it in, right? I turned them both in and got a message from my instructor saying that I only sent over the XML, right? I only sent over the XML. And I needed to take a look at my file and then send the MXF or a compressed MP4. Now, I'm in film school, and you would think I would know the difference between file types and all the crap and stuff and blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently not, because I sent them over as MXLs, right? And that was a no-go. So this is ridiculous. I have spent the last hour and a half trying to figure out how to get my files from the MXL. Wait. Blah, blah, blah. I actually don't even know what happened. I went to drag it and drop it. And, well, actually, here's the thing. The MXF, he said MXF file or a compressed MP4. Well, I just went ahead and dragged the MXF files straight from Catalyst Browse to the LMS. Well, lo and behold, the LMS doesn't support that file type. So I was like Googling and blah, 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 how to compress files into an MP4, right? And I tried, here's me trying to figure out how to, like, which Mac buttons do I push to compress to an MP4. And finally, I was like, this is ridiculous. So I Googled MP4 converter, but once I did that, I was like, haven't I done this already? Lo and behold, the freaking thing is right there. It is right there. It has been right there this entire fudging time. It's right there. It's right there. And it's been perfect. It's been right there perfectly in view. But here's me just being tired and not even thinking about it. And going in and downloading yet another converter for no reason. I downloaded a second for no reason. And I'm like, and then I exited out of Catalyst Browse and the MP4 converter, right? And then I lost it because I couldn't find, I turned it in. It's turned in. But here's the deal. Like, I lost the converter where I was at. And so I got in the search bar and whatnot to find it. I did not find it. But I got back. I just was looking at my desktop. And there it was. And I'm like, I went through all of that for nothing. Jeez, man. And I'm like, just when I thought I had everything figured out, I was like, I thought my life was, I knew everything that I knew. Well, probably not everything, but I thought I knew a lot of what I needed to know just by compressing into zip files. You know, I hate file types. I hate them so much. They suck. And they make it so confusing to do everything. And I'm like, that's my struggle for right now. That was fun. Should have gotten in the shower like an hour and a half ago, which I didn't because I was too busy trying to figure out how to compress a freaking MP4 file. When there's not an actual, well, I mean, there might be, but I don't know of an actual way to just straight up compress a file into an MP4 with the buttons on a MacBook. You had to download a freaking converter. What the junk? What the actual junk? I mean, whatever, fine. I don't care. Whatever, dudes. There's a struggle for today. I'm tired. I'm gonna go shower and go to bed because this is too much work has gone into this for no freaking reason. All right, there's my struggle and complaining for today. Talk to one more second. Okay, bye, friends.